It was fake engagement. That's what I got flagged for. It was fake engagement. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're back. It said fake engagement, and I appealed it, but it'll take a while. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get back started with this show. So what I was saying is this. All right. So we talked about why Latino voters are saying that they are turning against Donald Trump. All right. We talked about one woman named Candy. She's starting to find out that a lot of people in the United States are now starting to be more hateful towards Latin people. And she said this is something she didn't know was going on in the country, but now she's recognizing this is a real thing going on in America. All right. And so now this is why she regrets her vote. Trump secured a near historic 48% of the Latino voters in 2024, according to Pew Research. It was an extraordinary gain from a voting bloc that decisively rejected him in 2016 and in 2020. But the focus group findings align with the broader national trends, suggesting that Trump's support among Latino voters may already be eroding. Participants named Trump's handling of the economy and sweeping mass deportations efforts as a primary point of contention. Remember, they didn't just give him a grade, they gave him a failing grade, right? Out of the people, everyone gave him a D, and then one person said, no, D's not good enough, we're going to give him an F. All right, and so this is what they're saying now, quote, "It wasn't the case. Most members said they were supporting the president's tough tone." Hold on, I don't want to do that battle decline. President's tough stance on immigration until they witnessed the human cost. Quote, Didn't you see the other flip side where you see families being ripped apart?" Reed, a participant from Nevada, told the outlet, quote, "I didn't think it was going to be that dramatic, where it was going to be hurtful in that sense. We tried to tell you, but we're way past that." Janella from California said ICE raids have upended her life. She said someone in her neighborhood was detained by ICE a week prior. Quote, "My kids go to school and they have friends that are worried about it. And for kids, that's not okay to be worried that they're going to come home and not have their parents." The focus group included Latino voters from across the country, including Nevada, California, Florida, New Jersey, and Virginia. All right. And they spoke on the condition of anonymity. The polls are also signaling a downward in Trump's favorability among Latinos. A survey from Somos Volantis, obtained by Politico, I didn't pronounce that right, shows Trump's favorability is down 20 points amongst the group. Among Latino men, favorability slid from 42% to 47%. And I believe that that's right. I believe that that's right because you still have people on this app, and he knows who he is. He knows who he is. He came onto my platform and tried to berate me. You look at him and you go, "Hey, bro, you do realize that you look like you could be suspicious, right?" And then they say, "What do you mean by that?"
Open borders with people pouring in, some of whom, I won't get into it, but you can look at them.
Yeah.
And you can say, could be trouble.
Yeah.
Could be trouble.
And a lot of them do look like that. Every time I see one of those Latino for Trump, I just look at them and I say, you could be trouble. And I don't have any feeling about that, all right? Because there has to be consequences for these folks basically betraying themselves, betraying their country, betraying their family, all right? And so, hopefully they figure this out. Support among young Latino voters, once a pillar of Trump's 2024 base, plunged to 33% from 43% over the same period. And so, ladies and gentlemen, what I'll do is this. Let's go ahead and give the Democrats and Independents a huge round of applause. Okay, because what that shows is our messaging and the information that we're sharing with the American people at large is actually starting to resonate. And folks are now starting to realize it took them a while, but guess what? The Democrats and Independents and real Republicans out there, we've been right about the whole thing. Wait until they realize we've been right about Donald Trump being a criminal. It's really going to blow their socks off. And then what we'll do is this. We need to go ahead and warm up the lake of fire, all right? And so this is for those people out there, the 47% of you that are still supporting Trump, the 33% of you that are still supporting Trump, you Latinos out there, and you're on this app spreading all kinds of hate and stuff like that. You don't get it. And maybe you hate yourself. I don't know what it is, but hopefully this little fire that I'm about to put on your backside, hopefully it helps you see the light. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and send these folks where they belong, straight to hell. let me make sure you know where I was reading that. It's called Why Latino Voters Say They're Turning Against Trump, and it's an article by the Daily Beast. Now, the reason that I'm doing this is, like I said, I was ambushed yesterday in a MAGA space, MAGA Live, and they love to try to say, I don't bring information, we don't bring facts over here. So I'm giving them the information so that they could go look it up themselves, and they won't run around here saying, Zeus is a leftist propagandist, he's making stuff up. I don't need to make this stuff up. I could have told you stories like this. I didn't need the Daily Beast, but since you wanted it, you got it. All right. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of misinformation and disinformation going on out here about the great state of California, which I reside. Every time you hear somebody saying California is a terrible place, you know immediately they've never ever left the trailer park that they grew up in. They've never, ever been to this state. They've never, or maybe not a trailer park. Maybe it's a hood somewhere. Okay, right. Because if you come to California, you don't want to leave. You don't want to leave. I promise you, you don't. And I grew up in a red state, but I would often visit the state of California. And you would come here, you go, wow, we don't have that where I'm at. Wow, we don't have that where I'm at. And so the narrative is that, oh, well, the cost of living is way too high in California. And so that's why there's a mass exodus. Well, read the other side. You can't have a high cost of living if there isn't a high demand. MAGA, you get this? There are people actively risking it all to move to the great state of California. Why are you going to California? I want to start my acting career. You know, people want to go to Hollywood, for instance. And that used to be a thing. Oh, what was my favorite team? The Lakers. A lot of people love the Lakers. Oh my gosh, they love the Lakers, the Dodgers, the Giants out here. You know, you got the Warriors. I mean, you got all these incredible sports teams, the Sharks, if you're into hockey. You got Silicon Valley, and a lot of people don't even understand how Silicon Valley is the way that it is. They sit up here and they go and they use platforms like X. They don't remember, didn't Twitter start in the wonderful state of California, MAGA? All the things you love, MAGA, if you sat back and think about it, you would realize a good chunk of it comes from California. If you go in a red state and you go to a Mexican restaurant, I'll tell you one thing, you haven't really eaten real good Mexican food. I'll be honest. No disrespect, because I know those people there are trying their best, but you got so many options out here in California for great Mexican food, great Latin food. It's just incredible. Oh my God, I got reported again. It is what it is. Live visibility restricted for 10 minutes. Oh my gosh, man. Okay, so now this. All right. Fair enough. They want to do me. I'm just talking. I'm big up in California. Please avoid promoting negative stereotypes and generalizations about. Okay, so I can't talk about MAGA. We'll see how this goes. All right. Okay, I'll see what I can do. How about that, TikTok? W Zeus. So. What I'll do is this. Let's educate people on why Governor Gavin Newsom, in my opinion, is arguably one of the greatest governors that I've ever seen in action. He's responding to Donald Trump in real time. And it shows to me that he is trying his best to help all of us in California survive the Trump administration. And so this is the first thing I'm going to share with you is this happened on the 16th, which is 2 days ago. He launched a new statewide service effort to support the well-being of young men. Listen up, MAGA, because you often say, what is Gavin Newsom doing? All right.
He made his public appearance. And Governor Gavin Newsom today made his first public appearance since Charlie Kirk's assassination. He announced an effort to support the well-being of young men.
Now, the governor and Kirk found common ground on this issue earlier this year. And KCRA3 Capitol correspondent Ashley Zavala explains today's action.
One of the things we saw in the last couple of years that the Democrats completely ignored, and your side was basically not acknowledging was happening, was the crisis that young people were experiencing.
It's been more than 6 months since Governor Gavin Newsom had this conversation with Charlie Kirk on his podcast.
They are the most alcohol addicted, most drug addicted, most suicidal, most depressed, most medicated generation in history. Right. And the message that was largely being fed to a lot of young people was lower your expectations. You're not going to have the same American dream that your parents would have. Mm-hmm. And we saw this as an opportunity, especially with young men. And again, this got ridiculed a lot by the press that, they're creating this manosphere thing. Look, they're half of the population and necessary for any society and civilization to succeed, which is have both strong men and strong women.
Fast forward to the governor's announcement Tuesday.
We have a crisis in this country of men and boys.
At Florin High School in Sacramento, surrounded by men and young boys, the governor launched an effort to try to help. specifically calling on 10,000 men across California to help mentor, tutor, or coach young men and boys through the state's volunteer service program to try to give them a sense of community and purpose.
In there, we're talking about common ground and this issue of essentially young men being disregarded in society, which is something that you connected with Charlie Kirk over.
I asked about the timing of the announcement.
No, I appreciate the question. I mean, I believe in civility. I believe in open hand, not a closed fist. That's why I had Charlie Kirk on my first podcast. And divorce is not an option, period, full stop. We've got to live together across our differences. And there are a lot of differences in this state, this nation, for that matter, the world we're trying to build. And the only way we're going to reconcile those things is by listening to one another. And if you go to that podcast, I hope the one thing that you'll find is two people willing to listen to one another that have very strong points of view that don't necessarily always cross-pollinate, but one point of view I think we did share was love of our family, love of this country, deep love for our children, and hope for a better world.
Earlier this year, Governor Gavin Newsom signed an executive order directing his administration to come up with ways to tackle this issue and to support young men. The governor said today's announcement is just a part of that.
So that's a W, Gavin Newsom. And I've been reported 3 times already, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm just not going to stop. I got other things to do besides play around with TikTok. But let me just go ahead and say it. Let me go ahead and play it, all right?
If you're not happy here,
let's go ahead and
then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Yeah. If you do not like my platform, just leave. Yeah, I don't know what it is. So you see Gavin Newsom is doing things to help young men get on their feet out here in California. Yeah, you didn't know that, MAGA, but this is what he's doing. So you can't continue to say he's not doing anything. He doesn't care. The man genuinely cares. He actually sat down and spoke with Charlie Kirk. Okay, even though people were saying you shouldn't do it, he did it. And this is why I say W, Gavin Newsom. But you know what else? You know what else Gavin Newsom did? California, Oregon, and Washington to launch the newest West Coast alliance to uphold scientific integrity and public health as Trump destroys the CDC credibility. Let's go ahead and get this on the record, all right? This is what Gavin Newsom is doing.
Federal vaccine guidance is underway. California, Oregon, Washington, and Hawaii are issuing their own recommendations for flu, COVID, and RSV vaccines.
Yeah, ABC 10's Garsh Sangha is live in the studio with more on what this all means. And Garsh, you spoke to a local doctor on what parents should know, right?
Yeah, and Chris and Laura, as winter viruses loom, the West Coast is breaking away from the CDC. The governors are creating their own vaccine guidance, aiming to make vaccination safer, easier, and more accessible. 4 Democratic-led states formed the West Coast Health Alliance, issuing winter guidance for residents of all ages. Governor Gavin Newsom says the move is rooted in science, not politics.
In the face of federal leadership that has completely failed us, the West Coast is taking action.
Yeah.
Grounded in evidence and safety and transparency.
Get him, Gavin.
Issuing new recommendations for our residents, starting with a vaccine schedule for the winter virus season.
The recommendations include flu shots for everyone over 6 months, RSV protection for all babies, and COVID vaccines for children under 2 and adults over 65, and those with certain health risks, as well as anyone choosing protection. Meanwhile, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services defending federal policies, telling the Associated Press, quote, Democratic-run states that push unscientific school lockdowns, toddler mask mandates, and draconian vaccine passport during the COVID era completely eroded the American people's trust in public health agencies. HHS will ensure policy will be based on rigorous evidence and gold standard science, not the failed politics of the pandemic.
Well, the state is following the science and following the data, they're aligning themselves with other professional organizations.
Dr. Dean Blumberg, Chief of Pediatric Infectious Diseases at UC Davis Health, welcomes the barriers removed for anyone who wants to get vaccinated. He urges parents to trust pediatricians, family doctors, and mainstream scientific organizations.
And so what we'll do is another W. Another W for Governor Gavin Newsom. So he's doing things to help young men deal with their needs, and he's addressing it at that level. And then he's also responding to, the failures that are going on at the CDC. And so this is now up to you, MAGA. Please go look this information up and stop sitting around here and pretending like Donald Trump is the greatest thing since sliced bread. W Zeus, W Poetivity. Yeah, and they're sitting there reporting to live, and I just go, wow, you get this angry because I get out here and I'm trying to liberate your minds. Wake up. Jesus Christ. All right, now, with that being said, you know what we got to do? We got to get into some MAGA business, all right? WVIP, you know what we got to do? We got to get back into some MAGA business, all right? And you remember this, but we'll let our good friend Lawrence O'Donnell give us a little bit of a highlight, all right? We're not going to listen to it all, but you need to catch the gist.
Or to do those jobs. In London last night, Donald Trump was greeted with pictures and videos of himself and Jeffrey Epstein, and the fond birthday letter to Jeffrey Epstein with what appears to be Donald Trump's signature, all projected onto Windsor Castle, where Donald Trump is staying during his state visit. That was a serious protest with a British comedic touch. Irreverent, to put it mildly.
Yeah.
Months ago, when the British government scheduled this flattery tour for Donald Trump in London to try to get him to come to his senses about tariffs, with Britain at least.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein had not yet risen from the dead to become Donald Trump's political and moral problem of the year.
Right.
The crimes of Jeffrey Epstein had already shaken the walls of Windsor Castle for years. The current King of England has a little brother named Andrew, who was a great friend of Jeffrey Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein's criminal co-conspirator and sex trafficker, Ghislaine Maxwell. And the King's little brother Andrew settled a lawsuit by Virginia Giuffre that accused him of raping her. Like the King and everyone in his family throughout history, Andrew had no idea how to deal with public criticism, and so Andrew foolishly tried to do a television interview that would dig him out of trouble, which only made matters worse.
Do you regret the whole friendship with Epstein? No, still not. The reason being is that the people that I met and the opportunities that I was given to learn, either by him or because of him, were actually very useful.
Wow.
What a horrible, horrible human being.
Wow.
Jeffrey Epstein was very useful to him.
Can't make this up.
That's what the King's little brother thought, still in 2019.
Wow.
Andrew managed to get demoted from a job that isn't a real job because of that interview, because of being so stupid in that interview and being so evil in his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, and being so evil in his retrospective view of Jeffrey Epstein's utility to him.
Wow.
Andrew retained his ridiculous, archaic title of prince, but his penalty was he now had nothing to do in a way that was somehow new from every previous person with prince as a title who had nothing to do every single day of their lives. That was his penalty. That's a prince's penalty. Keep doing nothing for the rest of your life.
Wow.
Take a guy that has nothing to do and officially declare he has nothing to do. And don't let him come to some of the important family gatherings because of his association with the raper of children and sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. The last thing the current King of England wanted was the stain of a relationship with Jeffrey Epstein in his family or in his life in any way.
Right.
That was not to enter his castle. And then, because of Donald Trump's illegal and unconstitutional use of tariffs, the British government got the brilliant idea that the way to deal with Donald Trump is to flatter him with an invitation from the King of England to come to London to be showered in flattery by the family that is already disgraced because of the little brother Andrew's relationship with a raper of children, with a sex trafficker. And so Andrew is not welcome at that table now where Donald Trump is welcome. And Jeffrey Epstein never said that he was Andrew's closest friend. But Jeffrey Epstein did say in a taped interview with Michael Wolff, I was Donald's closest friend for 10 years.
And that's the part, MAGA, that just really grinds my gears. I've never, ever heard MAGA, all right, get up here and address this whole Epstein thing. Yeah. The sound cut out, Jess? Did it cut out? Can you hear me? You should be able to hear me, right? You can hear me, right? No sound. Can you hear me? Can you all hear me? I can. You said no sound? Huh? You can hear me? Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. All right. Just double checking. Yeah. And so with that being said, MAGA, are there any Trump supporters out here that are willing to wholeheartedly come up here and explain to me how come you never talk about Jeffrey Epstein? I mean, we've all danced around this long enough, but you just don't have the courage to come up here and fully address this at all. They never do, right? Am I right, Hawk? They want to come up here and argue about everything except for the E-files. And their biggest defense that they're trying to run, and it doesn't work on me, is why didn't Joe Biden release it? And I keep telling them, as far as I'm concerned, well, if you go look it up in your AI tool, you'll know exactly why. There's actual real legal explanation for why the files weren't released. All right, but you won't do that. All right. And then I say, okay, let's just play it your way. What if Biden was in those files then, MAGA? Then why is Donald Trump protecting Joe Biden? Right. Good morning, Val. And either way, they'll never give me an answer. And instead, they want to sit here and pretend like they're winning and they're in the golden age. And I say, how are you in the golden age when you're getting raked over the head with inflation and these tariffs? How are you in the golden age when you're losing everything you started this game out with, MAGA, starting in 2024? Look at your chessboard. You're losing some very, very valuable pieces on your chessboard, and you're still claiming you're winning. You're not that good at chess. You might be good at checkers, but you're not good at chess. And so what I'll do is this, ladies and gentlemen, let's warm up the lake of fire because there's more I need to cover before I open up the boxes and start talking. This is for MAGA. If y'all don't want to talk about those E-files, then as far as I'm concerned, you're complicit, and you know what? Go straight to hell. They're covering it up. To the lake.
Silence.
All right.
You MAGA Dayton.
All right, now let's see, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, there's so much breaking news going on right now. Donald Trump is speaking, but he doesn't look so well if you think about it. He's not looking well, and you have to go, well, what's going on? Why are they forcing this 79-year-old man to go out here and just talk and say a bunch of ridiculous things that don't make any sense? All right. And so with that being said, we're going to go straight to the box because I spoke so much yesterday, and we're going to start talking to the audience today. Are there any voters out there, any Trump voters out there that are brave enough to come up in the box and talk to Big Zeus? Because we don't got all day. And the reason that I want to do this is because when I hear you all trying to ambush me, right? And you go, oh, Zeus, this and that. No, this is your chance to really talk to me. Don't wait until I go into a red live and then try to say, oh, I want to come up here and get it all off. It doesn't work like that, all right? All right, let's see, ladies and gentlemen. Put a 1 in the chat if you are a Trump supporter, all right? And I'll bring you right on up here. We don't have all morning to do this, all right? Someone wrote, let's see. All right, yeah, let's see. Who do we got out there? All right, here we go. All right, I'll bring up my good friend Jess. All right, good morning, Jess. Welcome. I guess we don't have MAGA this morning. How are you doing, sis?
It's because if they're not shouting for more violence, they have no legs to stand on when it comes to things like Epstein or any actual policy.
You think so?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, whatever happened with CK, it was an acceleration act to cause more division, more hate, more fighting, all of the things. It wasn't to unite the country. The rhetoric that Trump has been saying, like, everyone on the right automatically blames the left, and the left, we're defending ourselves because we're not violent.
No.
What happened should have never happened. It was
We condemned it. We condemned
Exactly.
all forms of political violence. We've been saying that from the very beginning.
And they're making lists. They're making lists and doxing everyone.
Wow.
That sounds pretty violent and extreme to me. But I wanted to kind of piggyback off of what you were saying with the E-Man. So I've been reading this book. I've told you, I think I told you about it a while back. One Nation Under Blackmail.
Oh.
So after purchasing the Plaza Hotel, it would be reported and confirmed by then attendees that Trump used to host parties and suites at the Plaza Hotel when he owned it, where young women and girls were introduced to older rich men and illicit hugs, and young women were passed around and used. Andy Lucchesi, a male model who had helped organize some of these Plaza Hotel parties for Trump's, said the following when asked about the age of the women present. A lot of these girls looked 14 to 24. That's as juicy as I can get. I partook in activities that would be considered controversial, but I didn't ask any questions.
Guilty.
So some authors, like Michael Wolff, have alleged that during the late 80s and 90s that Trump, the E-Man, and Tom Barack were the nightlife musketeers who frequently partied together. Barack, founder and CEO of Colony Capital, is also a major player in real estate and played a key role in Trump's political career.
Wow.
So it's just there's a lot of things in here, and I just want to tell all the Republicans who are saying let it go away, just put the files in the bag, bro.
Yeah, I agree. Jess Maverick. Is there something that Jess didn't say Maverick for you?
Oh, Maverick was saying something?
She was, I don't know if she is laughing at what you were sharing, because that, again, to me it's not funny, and it's a sign that perhaps we need to get you some professional therapy. All right,
really
Maverick, this is serious stuff. Yeah,
it's disturbing seeing people say they don't care about the e-files anymore.
Yeah,
because weren't you guys championing it? You guys were saying, oh, well, we're going to take the Democrats down. We're going to take them down. We're like, okay, take them down. Take all of them down. Take every leader down. And now you don't care.
Yeah. And then they say, oh, well, you didn't care about the files when Biden was in office. So why all of a sudden now? And what do you say to that question that they say?
I would have been okay with him releasing him too.
Yeah.
Release him. If anyone is protecting anyone, that's not okay.
Yeah, bingo. It's not about when I found out. It's what did I do when I found out. All right.
Exactly.
That's the big thing, and that's a W, Jess.
And can I want to change the subject a little bit. I'm going to pivot again because I heard some news today, and I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little upset about it.
Okay, go for it.
Oprah Winfrey said she's moving out of the country. Okay, she said she can't take it anymore and she's getting out. Now, my thing is, these rich people, actors, actresses, talk show hosts, this isn't just Oprah. This is also Rosie. What's the guy's name? Tom something. He was in Castaway.
I don't know.
They all moved, right? They're all moving
Tom Hanks?
away.
Oh, really?
Tom Hanks, yeah, that's who it is. Ellen DeGeneres, like all these people want to move and they have millions upon millions of dollars, right?
Yeah.
I get it. It's stressful. It's crazy times. It hurts. I went no contact with my dad again. That's how stressful these times have been with my family.
What?
I'm going no contact with people. Because I'm not putting up with the hate.
Your dad is MAGA, I suppose. Is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah, he didn't vote, but the things he's posting, the things he's saying, I called him out of his name yesterday. I sure did. Because when I asked him about Melissa Hortman, I said, do you even know who that person is? He said, no, and I don't want to. That's MAGA for you. That is MAGA.
You know, this is so sad. We live in a country where folks have replaced God with Trump in a way, and it's unimaginable. Because I could imagine, I don't know, Jess, but if you have this in common, maybe you could say, weren't we raised to actually respect people at one point in our country? Because, you know, those are your elders and stuff like that. That's your neighbor. Weren't we raised like that? Do you remember those times?
I used to.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a shame. It really is.
And isn't it interesting that the same party that was so mad about being censored, right? You know, canceled, they are doing the cancel culture, but they're actually doing it on steroids in a way.
Oh yeah, I 100% agree with that. They're making like whole entire databases filled with people on the left influencers. You know who else used to make lists of people they didn't like and they didn't agree with?
Please educate them, Jess.
Yahtzees. But they're not, right?
Yeah.
Also, fun fact for all the Yahtzees.
Jess.
Stop calling us Yahtzees. We're not. You know, Yahtzee was actually formed by their political opponents as an insult.
Yeah, there you go. And just, I don't have to twist your arm to get you to come up here and express this perspective. You do this on your own, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. See, and so this is why. And then, and another thing, you're a California native, and could you please let these folks understand that that the narratives that they're making up about California is way off. It's not really like that.
They hate us because they want to be us.
Hey.
What we call a donor state.
Yeah.
So why don't y'all stop taking our money, that government socialism,
yeah,
and pick yourself up by your bootstraps.
There you go. All right. Well, listen, Jess, I appreciate y'all. Anything else?
I just wanted to finish what I was saying about Oprah, and then I'll
oh yeah, I thought you were done. My bad.
Wish those people that have that amount of money would stay here and try to fight.
Yeah.
And use that money, use their resources to fight back instead of just run away.
Yeah.
What a privilege.
They got to be 10 toes down with us. Don't get us all worked up and then you disappear when it gets hard. No.
Exactly. That's all I meant.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, that's a valid point and I respect it. Ladies and gentlemen, W. Jess in the chat. No lies detected. All right. Where are the so-called MAGA Republicans at? The Trump voters at? Put a one in the chat if you're a Trump voter, and then we'll get you up here. We'll get you straightened out. As you can see, it's an open platform, right? I talk to all people, but you got to be willing to be honest. And so again, if you see me here, please, and this is serious. If you see me here and you don't want to come up here and talk to me, don't look for me when I go into your space. And I'm talking not your space, but someone else's space. Don't try to ambush me over there and try to get it all out. Because that's, to me, in my opinion, it's very disrespectful to that platform now that I think about it. You're hijacking a platform just to try to get an issue out with me where you could have at least came up here and addressed it. If you know what you know, then get up here and speak on it, all right? That's another huge W for Zeus. Put a one in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. Yeah, because you sit there and you go, okay, if you really believe that, you should be able to come on up here and say it with your whole chest. All right. Good morning, G-Man. And then, I've been reported 3 times already. Good morning, G-Man. How are you?
Good morning. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
I'm on my vacation this week, and I had to keep in a low profile because I got to respect, because this is July. I got to be careful what I have to say.
Right.
Because the stuff was going on here. We're in dark times.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. The reason I wanted to come over here, I've been listening to you go to the live like last night, right?
Yeah.
Right. And this coconut, aka Snuggie or Struggles, talk about play the victim that he don't like somebody doxing with his business and all that.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Snuggie, have you failed to realize you try to ruin my character reputation? It goes. It doesn't go. It goes both ways, man. You try to.
Snuggles?
Put the videos. Yeah.
Snuggles?
Snuggles.
Where's Snuggles at? Because he can't be playing both sides of the fence now. He can't be doing that, right, Shay? He can't play both sides of the fence.
Yeah, because he don't like my clapback. I sent you and a few of my people feel the way he been doing to disrespect me. And he stood so low to ruin my manhood. Think a little bit sugar in the blood, but I think he can't. I mean, he could go back with Tiny Tick Tom, but this Boricua from New York, I have no time for it. Yeah, he's hiding, but he goes to that lady live, and she told me, that host got a nerve to tell me, don't sue that. Yeah, because he's just a hypocrite. He worried about somebody doxing his business for the one report played that victim, but he's the right he does to somebody that disagreed with him. And by the way, that independent registered voter, I had issues with the Democrat Party.
Yeah.
And Zeus, he just said a few minutes ago, yeah, you had your chance to come to this life right now. If you had a little beef or issue with him, don't ambush him when he goes other I don't even call them conservative. These white wing Trump butt licking lies and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm interested in that lady that hosts.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you know a little bit about the G-Man. You gotta earn respect to get respect, but don't if you what I'm about to say. Don't start none to be none.
Yeah.
I'm not nice like Zeus, but don't say you shouldn't say that to Snuggle, but it's freaking true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. That's why I put on the comments directly towards him, because I one thing I do not like. He's a fat Latino.
Yeah.
He voted against his interests. Yeah, you might be a Blanquito passing, but Trump don't despise you. You don't like it because I tell her like it is. I tell the truth. I'm from New York too.
Yeah.
Right? So I have no time for no nonsense.
Yeah.
But struggles, enough to play that victim card. And I see other creators and dox people. I don't like doxing people. Trust me. I don't believe it. I don't do that to other people, even I don't like, because it's wrong.
Yeah.
Because you got consequences for your actions for that nonsense.
Yeah.
But don't play the victim card yet, but you do the same thing. And I'm calling you out for it. Somebody send it to them what I had to say.
Yeah. Well, listen.
Tell them, go ahead, my man.
No. Go for it.
But I don't want to hold you up, because it's I like to see my buddy Swerving come over here to say hi. You know why, Zeus. I was in that live too, but I know you have a lot of things to do. Amen. And I like every time I come here, I just like an appetizer. My friend Shay comes right behind us. She's the main meal.
Yeah.
Shay, I see you understand. Shay, what's up?
Hit him with it.
Everybody have a terrific Tuesday. Watch your. I'm giving advice. Watch
Thursday.
your surroundings.
It's Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday. Yeah, terrific Thursday. Because I'm on vacation. It's like I'm a little bit off of my days, but still.
I get it.
Be careful out there. Watch your surroundings. Take one life at a time. Don't get stressed out. We cannot control it. Believe me, I live in the southeast Georgia, Alabama. It's about 3 minutes drive from me. Be careful out there, people.
Yeah, be
careful.
careful.
These yahoos have to nut it up throughout this country. You see latest with the 2 homeless places in Minnesota. What happened to places in Pennsylvania, 2 different areas and all this.
You heard about the Pennsylvania with the law enforcement, those officers that were ambushed?
Yes.
I heard about that, and I said, do we feel safer as a country, or do we feel like we're in danger a lot more? Which one, based on where you're at?
I think we are heading dark times. We're heading the danger.
Yeah.
And sadly, I'm a veteran. I fought the country, and we're in dark times. And MAGA, this is the report. We try to tell you about this draft dodger bigger than cow for Queens. We try to tell you Project 2025 and all that. And I'm not even a Democrat and a leftist. We try to tell them, but you still voted for it. This is it, man.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
And just be careful out there, everybody.
All right.
I don't want to hold up your time, my man, but you're awesome. I don't know how you do go to the lions den, deal with these damn hyenas, and go to you got better patience with me. So maybe you got a gift. You probably represent somebody like me, even though I'm independent registered voter. But you do you handle your thing maybe better than I would. So bye, everybody.
That. I appreciate
Thank
that.
You for your gifts and stay safe, please.
All right.
That's my advice for everybody.
WG man. Thank you so much, brother. Yeah, and you know what G-Man is saying is true. Honestly, and this is real spill. I am talking to folks out in real life that are Trump voters, and they're slowly starting to see this isn't going the way they thought it was going to go. Especially the whole Jimmy Kimmel thing and how he got fired. They're going, oh, rights are now being taken. And I'm sitting there and I'm torn because on one side I want to be like, don't you think don't you understand now? This is what I've been arguing with you about for the whole time. But I just, I sit back and I go, It's one thing when I do it, but it's another thing when the good Lord does it to you. When God's talking to your nation, he got your attention. Oh, you gonna learn that lesson that you were getting the warnings the whole time. How do you sit up here and ignore the man and his crimes? I don't get it. And if you really even want to go as far as the thing, well, that's the DOJ, and it's weaponized and it's radicalized. You got to sit back and go, okay, so let's paint that out. So Joe Biden, Barack Obama, this is what they want me to believe occurred. Joe Biden, Barack Obama, and a bunch of Democrats, Kamala Harris, they got together in a room somewhere at a secret meeting, and they said, now what we're going to do is we're going to come up with this creative plan to get Donald Trump. How are we going to get him? Well, first off, we're gonna throw all these random indictments at him. There's no truth to them. They're just things we're gonna engineer and make up, and then we're gonna throw that at him. And then what we're going to do is we're gonna wait, and just see if he can actually defend himself. And then each time he tries to defend himself, we're gonna slip in another one and just keep this going. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna make all these random people in the country, we're gonna bring them into it. I mean, if you start thinking like that, MAGA, you start having to realize that doesn't make sense. It's more likely than not that he actually did these things. You can't get this many people to work together and get this man. You see how fractured the Democrat Party is right now? Arrest all Democrats, KC in chief. Come on up here. There you go. Yeah. Go KC in chief. You can't come up here. So I'll finish educating the Trump voters. You can't even get Democrats to get in one room and agree on some of the simplest things right now. How the heck are you going to get us to sit in the room together and agree to indict Donald Trump? It doesn't work like that. It most likely is the case that the man really did all these things that we see, that you saw him happening. And I could imagine, if you could imagine the perspective of God looking at this, right? God is sitting back and he's looking at these Trump voters going, are they really proud to have voted for a convicted felon? A person that's done harmful things to children. They're really out here saying it with all that pride in their heart, and they're doing it in my name too. You can imagine, because the Bible says God is a jealous God. That's in the Bible. Kevin, am I lying? Am I lying? And God is watching all of y'all use his name in vain and commit all these acts, and you're going, well, what would be the consequence of that? What would be the consequence, MAGA? False idols, yeah. What would be the consequence of putting a criminal in a position of power? Does anyone out there imagine you're running your business? And one of my, and again, I'm a person that's measured, and I don't like seeing anybody suffer at all. But I also understand that, there has to be some sort of way of getting people to learn lessons, right? And in life, sometimes you can look at the warning and then go, oh, okay, let me make the correction. And then other times you're just going to have to run into that wall, boom. And then if you survive running into that wall, go, okay, I've learned my lesson. And so MAGA is hard-headed, and this is why I say, and I said it, but I didn't understand what it meant. But I said a lot of y'all, I don't think are going to be available to vote midterm-wise, because you don't see the warning signs that are out there about how dangerous this administration is. And when I said that, what I had in mind was, I'm watching RFK do things with the vaccines and stuff, but you're also, and I have Dr. Keisha Davis in here. She comes in here, beautiful doctor, educated, tells us all the stuff that's going on and the danger that it presents to the American public at large in terms of our health. And that data is being swept under the rug. It's being hidden. And MAGA is actually buying into things that have no scientific value. No, they're just, who said it? Donald Trump, RFK. Now Donald Trump secretly will go get the C-19 vaccine. He'll go and do that secretly. He'll go to Walter Reed and secretly be getting this medical treatment. Okay? But he'll come out here and sell you all this narrative that you don't need any of that. Now, why is he doing that? Because he doesn't want to pay for you to get it. He doesn't want to pay for you to get it. So it's an extra cost to him. So it's in his financial interest to not give you access to that stuff. And you sit there and you go, and you swallow it hook, line, and sinker. Thank you, Donald Trump. I love being ignorant as long as it allows me to get close to you and smell that dirty diaper. It's really the most bizarre thing that I've ever seen. Your Medicaid is being cut, your Social Security, your SNAP benefits, all of that's about to get... And I don't know if you thought times were hard before under President Biden. And you know what they like to do? When Biden was in office, inflation was 9%, Zeus. Well, what was it when he left? What was it when he left? It wasn't 9%. And if you really were a student of knowledge, you would have actively pursued the reasons and to understand why it was so high. And you would have known that it was tied to C-19, issues with the global supply chains and the conflict that broke out in Europe. And that was completely outside of Joe Biden's control because Biden came after Donald Trump. But y'all don't want to do that. Y'all want to learn the hard way. Y'all want to continue to keep losing. Y'all want to continue to engage in evil, nasty behavior, name calling, and all this other stuff. G-Man, you asked me, how do I end up going into these red spaces? Because I'm suited and booted. I got all my armor on. I got all the shields on when I go into MAGA spaces. And I know they're suffering. I know they're suffering. They sit there and they tell a brother like me, California is a bad state. It's terrible. And I'm sitting up here posted in Oakland, California, looking good, looking sharp and everything. And I'm going, what are they talking about? Where you live at? Have you been to California? No, I have never been to California. Okay, well then mind your business. Mind your business. Because some of us are out here doing our thing, and that's a W Zeus. I'm out here doing my thing. I'm living my life. I'm being a good person. And I understand that not everybody here is able to do what I do. All right. And then those who are less fortunate, I try to help them where they at because there's a lot of reasons for why a person might not be in a position to be comfortable. Now, am I super wealthy and a billionaire? No, but I'm making do. I've been doing this for a minute. All right. So don't come up here and gaslight me and tell me I ain't doing what I'm supposed to be doing when I'm out here doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm going to repeat it. Y'all sitting up here on your smartphones. Where you get that from, California? You use Facebook? Where that at? Have you even been to Facebook headquarters out here, MAGA? Have y'all even been out here to Facebook headquarters? You didn't know that? It's here. Mark Zuckerberg's, this is where he's getting all that money at. And then y'all will use his platform and say California is a terrible place. Elon Musk, where you get Twitter from? California. Yeah. Stanford. Berkeley. I mean, you got LA, Hollywood, basketball teams and all these other things, all these great things, all these great contributions, Hollywood. And you're going to sit up here and say it's a failed state. What is your state doing? MAGA? What? I mean, and I don't want to say that about people who are in various states because I genuinely believe it's in the national interest that we preserve the union and keep all the states because every state has something to contribute. But when you get out here and you find yourself repeating this nonsense that California is a terrible state, I just want you to know you're speaking from a position of ignorance. That's not true. All right, let's go to the box and bring up somebody else. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. All right, and you want to come up here and actually speak on something of value to the kingdom. All right, we'll listen to you as long as you're honest. Good morning, Allison. How are you doing? Allison, are you there? WVIP. Oh, Allison, that must have been an accident. Yeah, okay, don't worry. We're going to move through it. Listen, it doesn't matter. I'm just getting the folks out here to understand there's a bunch of lies circulating out here, and you need to cut it out. Good morning, Greg. How are you doing? Greg, are you there?
Yes.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Man, how's it doing, Zeus, man? I'd like to say, hey, man, I've been listening to you for a while, man. I appreciate everything you do, my brother.
I appreciate you. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, but man, look, I post. I'm in Florida.
Okay, Florida. All right, shout out to Florida. You see the reach. I'm in Oakland. I'm in the Bay, and you are in Florida, and you even tapped in and listening to what's happening out here. Thank you.
I've been listening to you for 6 months now, bro.
Thank you.
You tight. I appreciate everything you do, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah.
These people are delusional, man. I mean, it's like. I mean, I have a few friends I had a few friends that's blagger. I no longer associate because, like I said, they're going to be the first ones I get if it comes to that. So
yeah. It's sad to see this happening, right? And a lot of these brothers and sisters that are blagger, they feel like they've been let down when you talk to them in some way, right?
Yeah, man. But see, I'm 62 years old. I've seen so much of this crap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I remember back when Epstein and Trump were like running buddies, doing all kind. I remember this stuff, man.
Yeah.
Firsthand. I remember it, you know. So I mean, it's really bad. And then I wanted to tell you, I did a post with actually I did a couple of posts.
Yeah.
With Gavin Newsom for 2028 with Kamala Harris, and I did one with Jasmine Crockett.
Amen.
And,
soldiers
yes,
in the battlefield. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Matter of fact, I did a song about that called Saviors. So we'll talk about that, but it's coming, man.
All
but
right.
Anyway, I just want to let you know, bro. I appreciate everything, man.
Yeah. I appreciate you, sir, and thank you for being honest where you're at, because you could simply be, and I would say it, you could be a weak person in the middle of a place like that, but you're standing strong in your convictions, and I believe we need more of that. Seriously, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, W. Greg, ladies and gentlemen, no lies detected. Yeah. They don't know Bruce Lee spent time out here in Oakland. They don't know Tupac was out here in Oakland. They don't know how many people came from the soil, all right? But y'all want to get out here and ride the wave. They want to ride this wave so bad because they can't do it. They've never seen Too Short. Yep, you're right, alter ego. They sitting up here, marinated, saturated in the soil, in the culture, but then get up here and they fix their mouths and say stuff about California. And I'm like, if you don't act your wage, you better E4O. You know about E4O? Santa, do you know E40, right? MC Hammer, go ahead. Mac Dre. NASA, go ahead. See, thank you. Shout out. W's in the chat for the Bay Area. You know what? I didn't want to do it. But you know what? We might have to do a little something. We might have to riz this thing up. Hold on. We might have to do something to riz this thing up. There you go. Hold on. Oh, see. There you go. Y'all don't know about this right here. Y'all know about this? See, y'all know about this? Oh, hey, yeah. Who you think gave you all this stuff? While y'all out there running your mouths saying crazy stuff about the Bay in California. Go ahead, I gotta do it. Let's go. Hey, know how to party. Hey, it's the city. Where y'all do that at? Let's go! It's so empty. On a mission for that. Hey! Woo! Making rap tunes. Ever since money to wear a Sassoon. Let's go! From Diego to the Bay. Woo! City making bank. Hey! You don't get songs like this in California, ain't where it's at. Let's go! Hey! Woo! Throw your W's up, ladies and gentlemen! Hey! Hang out the window with it, hey! Got the Tupac. Hey. Get the hammer. Woo. Let's go. Out on bail, missing in jail, California treatment. West side player, and strong ball. Let's go. Trust that looks and Cali. False of a half, cause it think we lie with what we do. Hey. Like a slow jam. y'all getting that at? Where y'all getting that at? Huh? Get out here playing with your boy. Man, get out of here, man. Y'all gonna make me turn into the old me again out here. W to the California. That's why I put the W's up, because W means winning. You got these folks out here. Woo! You got these folks out here really trying to make California sound like something it's not. I'm not buying it. Yeah, no, I'm not out of breath, Alter Ego, but I am sweating. All right? I'm just saying, it's not like what they say. And if they make me do it, I'll do it again. I can do it again, Alter Ego. I used to perform. I know how to be an artist. Don't relax, champ. I'm real to this. I'm true to this. Yeah. Does anybody else out there think California is a bad state? Go ahead. Let's see it. Come on up here. All right, let's get back to the. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go to the chat, ladies and gentlemen, and let's bring up some new people, some more people, and we'll finish these conversations because I want to make sure people understand that they've been lied to. Good morning, Sarah. How are you doing? Sarah, are you there? Sarah, was it an accident? I take it was an accident for you, huh? That was an amazing break, Rick. Okay. All righty then. All right, let's go ahead and bring my sister up here, Takesha. That was awesome. Y'all like that? Yeah. Hi, Takesha. W Alter Ego. Oh, Alter Ego love that. Takesha, are you there?
Yes.
Talk to him. Talk to us, Takesha.
Thank you for that commercial break, dude.
Uh-oh, go ahead. Because we needed that, right?
Thank you. You know, every time I hear my boy Tupac, I get a little teary-eyed.
Talk to him, Takesha.
You know, he one of the greatest, dude.
Yeah, talk to him.
One of the greatest to ever do it, dude. We all thought we were from California when that song came.
Ooh, you right. Woo.
Ooh, boy, that
go
was
ahead.
Good, dude. I don't know why they try to take from California.
Mm-hmm.
California has always been the state that people envy.
Yeah.
Everybody want to go to Cali.
Hey.
So stop playing with Gavin and Cali.
Hey, talk to them, Takesha. They know it.
Now, enough is enough.
Yeah. I agree with you because, you see the contributions that this state is making. And like you said, everybody wanted to be Pac, and there was one to ride. They wanted to be on Death Row Records at one point, right?
Yes. Who didn't? Who don't remember? Who don't remember Easy?
Ooh.
And come on, Zeus.
Go ahead, Takesha.
Come on, Zeus.
See, y'all gotta work. That's W Takesha, ladies and gentlemen. She telling the truth. God honest. Yeah.
Yeah, man. You brought back a little memory with that one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was it. Wait a minute, Zeus. That was in my backsliding days. You know how folks say so, when they be the chain, Zeus. That was in my backslide. I started to get up and throw my Adidas on, Zeus. And walk around the room, Yeah. Sea walking out. But I refrain from doing so.
That right. Because when you become a child, you do childish things. But when you become a man,
Zeus, in your backslide days, you were doing the moonwalk like Mike. But when you change, you got to do the running man, like MC Hammer.
Amen.
So anyway, let me stop cutting.
Thank you. Me too. We got to come back to reality a little bit.
We got to be for real, Zeus. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Two things, Zeus.
Talk to us.
Do you notice it doesn't matter how bad Lawrence O'Donnell talks about Trump? We don't get a truth about it.
What do you mean by that?
He don't truth about Lawrence O'Donnell.
Oh, hey, you right.
Zeus, we never get a stupid Lawrence O'Donnell truth or nothing. And I know he hear this man talking about him.
Yeah.
We never get one, Zeus.
Yeah, that's
why is that?
Those are things that make you go, Why do you think that is, Takesha?
Zeus, I'm trying to figure it out.
Because I think he know Lawrence O'Donnell know a lot about him, and it could get active, it could get serious real fast with Lawrence O'Donnell. Because Lawrence O'Donnell, he was in the courtroom.
I think that's what it is.
He don't want that smoke.
We never get a truth about Lawrence. You ain't never thought about that, did you?
No. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but if I was a conspiracy theorist, I would be like, yeah, you show treading lightly.
Come on in now, Zeus.
You treading lightly around Lawrence O'Donnell.
And the next thing I wanted to say, you really blessed me. And you hit the nail on the head with the hammer when you said that people have replaced God with Donald Trump.
Thank you. Yeah.
That was a word, that's Zeus.
Yeah.
Because that's why the world in the shape it's in now. Because we put everything in front of God. We want to put the 10 Commandments up, but we ain't obeying them. We want to call ourselves Christians, but we're just performative Christians. They just want to do stuff to make it seem like they Christians when they really ain't, Zeus.
Yeah. Yeah.
We put our race before God. We put our jobs before God. We put our wealth before God. So what we do is we attach God to these things instead of attaching these things to God and letting him handle all of it.
Yeah.
And when you said that really spoke something to me when you say it.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what has happened.
Yeah.
Things are going to get worse. I told you that.
You did.
In November. I said, Zeus, things are going to be bad. But we got to stand. But did I not tell you that things are going to get bad?
Yeah.
Nobody can tell us what Donald Trump has done to positively help the people of this country. Give me one thing, Zeus.
And we've talked to folks, you and I, Takesha, and they can never give us anything.
Did I not tell you
Yeah.
that this was a retribution tour?
You did.
That it had nothing to do with helping us, but it had everything to do with punishing us for rejecting him in 2020. We are paying for that, Zeus.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not afraid because I know who I serve.
Amen.
And the Bible said the king's heart is in the hand of God, and he turn it whichever way he want to. But if the people don't want God, he don't force himself on them. He stepped back and let evil have his way. He's not a superhero. He's not David Copperfield. He's not a magician. He ain't here to make your life all pleasing and pleasant. If you don't want him, he'll step back and he'll let evil have his way. And that's what he has done, Zeus. He has stepped back. Y'all wanted evil, y'all got it. Now deal with it.
Yeah, Takesha. And you know what made me say that is I thought about Donald Trump selling the Bibles, $99, made in China.
And then you gonna put the what it was it the bill? What it was?
I think it was the Constitution or the Bill of Rights, one of the two. I would never.
The Bible say add nothing to this book and don't take nothing away from it. That's how you know they don't know the word. But it is what it is.
And Takesha, isn't it even crazier that these folks don't know the word, but they claim in it that they Christians, they claiming they God-fearing folks, but they don't even know the word. Isn't that like false repping? You know, repping a gang you ain't really a part of in a way.
Then the KKK say they was Christian. Then they go to church and then get home and take their children to see somebody being put on a tree, Zeus. So what I told you, I don't claim Christian. I'm a follower of Christ. And one more thing, when I heard that man I think he a senator or a congressman or something, and he said that if Charlie Kirk was back in the day, that he would be the 13th disciple. Zeus, the disciples weren't perfect. Peter denied him 3 times. Judas set him up to be murdered, and Matthew was a thief. So what? Come on now.
What?
These people don't know. They probably think the disciples were perfect, and they weren't. That's why people be saying when they I hate to hurt people's feelings, but I gotta just tell the truth.
Okay.
People, stop saying when your people pass, there are no more angels. We don't pass and we become angels. Angels are a done deal, and they were not perfect because Satan was once an angel. Yeah. We don't pass and get wings. We pass and we start worshiping God We're not angels.
Tell them,
That's just
Takesha.
we gotta stop manipulating the word. I know it sounds good, but angels were not perfect.
See, I didn't see you telling the truth right now. See, I got to look into that. But you're right, Takesha. Telling the truth, Takesha. And what was I going to say? I forgot it slipped my mind. Because you said something that made me think about something that I wanted to say to you. But I just got to say, I guess, thank you, Takesha. Did you cover everything this morning?
I covered everything I wanted.
If I think of it, I'll tell you what it is. All right, but
do that.
All right, as always, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Takesha
Right,
a huge round of applause. No lies detected. All right. So, do we have anybody else out there that still supports Donald Trump? Go ahead, put a 1 in the chat, and I'll bring you up. Hopefully, we can get you mixed into what we're talking about. And again, we're aware, MAGA. We're aware that you're losing, and I'm gonna be honest with you. There's really nothing you can say to us to convince us that you're winning. Takesha is right. She's spot on when she said you can't even think of one thing Donald Trump has done that is actually helping you. And if you think him, settling some personal vendettas is actually helping you, I got another thing coming for you. You got another thing coming for you. It's not helping you at all. All right. He's just manipulating you and recruiting you to become, voters in his and then taking advantage of you. All right. And that's what's really going on. All right. Let's do this, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Who do we have this morning? Mark, are you a Trump voter, Mark? I see a 1 out there attacking. How are you?
Hello.
Yeah.
Thoroughly disgusted as President Trump in UK lies about pretty much everything. But he's raised the amount of people across the border to 25 million. And
what do you mean by 20? What do you mean 25 million?
Because he says under Biden.
Oh, I thought you were suggesting that he's deployed 25 million agents to patrol the border.
He's lying about the volume of people come over under Biden again. He
added another.
It went
5
from 10
million.
to 15, 15 to 20. Now it's 25. Tomorrow it's going to be 30.
He mentioned President Biden. Has he mentioned Biden today?
Yeah, the border crossing. And then he lied about the 2020 election. He won it.
Wow.
What an embarrassment. What an embarrassment. In the United Kingdom, and he's having to talk about this ridiculous stuff. Aren't you Trump supporters? Aren't you guys going to realize that Donald Trump is doing all this for him, not you, not me, not Zeus? I mean, now, remember months ago, Zeus, the Republicans and Trump supporters kept on saying, or the Trump supporters kept saying, Democrats are going to be taking away our First Amendment rights.
Yeah.
And Donald Trump uses his influence with the FCC to remove Jimmy Kimmel because he made a comment about Charlie Kirk, which is a horrible, horrific act. We all know this. But now we can't even comment about somebody who was a racist and a bigot. I'm sorry. I didn't know the guy, but listening to the stuff that he said about the black community, LGBTQ community, Michelle Obama, and other prominent black women. I mean, come on, man. You guys attacked, laughed and cheered when the Republicans attacked Democratic politicians.
Attacking. Be careful. You could lose your job. Don't you? You might want to be careful. You could lose your job attacking.
Well, wait a minute. Wouldn't I have to go back to work before I lose my job?
Well, there's people that are looking at this. They're listening to our conversation attacking, and they're taking your information, and they're trying to cancel you. Aren't you concerned?
No, as a matter of fact, I'd almost rather prefer to be canceled because I'd be in heaven or someplace other than this rat hole right now due to the fact that Trump is destroying us.
Wow. That's dark attacking. That's super dark.
Yeah, I know it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a sad thing we've gotten to this place as a nation, brother. You got to start pulling up, go towards the light.
No, the last time somebody went towards the light, they went to the television show.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Knock it off attacking, seriously.
This is just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
I
mean, does it, in terms of seeing them literally become hypocrites this way, is there some sort of, what do you get out of watching? I mean, I'm not saying you want anything, but isn't it strange to watch these people literally transition into hypocrites right in front of our face? Like every step of the way, they are proving to us that the whole time they were lying, right? They complained about the economy, right? They complained about mass deportations. They complained about inflation, gas, eggs, and right now they see that all those things they complained about are a lot worse, and they're saying they don't have a problem with it.
Exactly. Again, Barack Obama, 3.5 million deportations. No chaos. Donald Trump, under 100,000. Massive chaos. Taking American citizens, veterans who served our country, 25-year-old kids, holding them in detention. Sending honor students to Guatemala, and then her mother passes away a few days later, in 60 days. The thing is, I have never seen a bunch of people who have ignored evidence of Donald Trump is hurting them. Like, do you know that the subsidies to the insurance companies are going to lapse, right?
Yeah, they're going to go up.
Yeah, like in 2017, Donald Trump wrote an executive order removing the subsidies to the insurance companies with regards to the Affordable Care Act,
right?
Which they raised when he did that, the premiums. They tried to blame Obama, but it was Trump who took away the money from the insurance companies to make sure the premiums were low. Now they're doing it again.
Yeah.
So besides the big, beautiful bill that's going to hurt 10 million, 15 million people, now the subsidies immediately are going to hurt people with their prices going up. I'm sorry. What was Biden doing that made this horrible activity seem better than Biden? I mean, better than Biden?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. And their willingness to lie. And now you guys are making a non-political guy a racist bigot, which again, nobody should ever be unalived.
Right.
But you blame the right without any proof of information.
You mean the left? They blame the left. Yeah.
The left without any proof or information of who really this kid is. But I do want to know something though.
What's that?
How come I'm not seeing timestamps on these so-called text messages coming out from the kids, the two guys? And why are they blaming? Why are they trying to bring his sexuality into this? Why do they do that?
Yeah, I think that it could have been, two men dating, and then they threw in this narrative that the guy was in the middle of a transition to bring it, you know what I'm saying, to bring that angle into it. But in my opinion, it doesn't matter, right? You could have been dating a rock. I'm not going to go around and start saying I have an issue with rocks. No, I'm going to say I don't care who you date.
Gretchen Whitmer, Paul Pelosi, the two Democrats were unalived, tying Joe Biden up in the back of a pickup truck. They all clapped. They all cheered. They all promoted it. They all wanted more.
Yeah, that makes me angry.
They all wanted more unalivings of Democrats, and they lie that it was the left who did this. No, the proof and information came out that they were mega Trump supporters who have done this.
See, that makes me angry.
I mean, why do you guys keep lying about things that are happening just because you cannot, if you tell the truth, you have to own up to it.
Yeah.
And you don't want to own up to it that you've been fooled by a man who from June 16th, 2015 came down an escalator and has pushed divide and hate from day one. And the statistics show this. His words show this. And you guys just won't own it. You guys are okay with a man who's assaulted women, children. You lie about Joe Biden. Everything that Donald Trump has done on a normal basis, you would find appalling, you'd find disgusting, you wouldn't want to have anything to do with it. But for some reason, you love Donald Trump for doing it. I put up a couple more videos showing the hypocrisy out on my platforms. Right. Everybody be good. Everybody be safe. You want civil war? The left has just as many pew-pews as you guys do.
Oh, knock it off, attacking. No one wants that. No one wants that. We are looking for...
They do.
We're looking for calmer heads to prevail, and that's how I'm going to do it, all right? But listen, other than that, you keep up the good work,
You be good,
brother.
be safe,
all right,
man.
W
Everybody
Zeus.
be safe.
And that's a W Zeus. I gotta calm some folks down. I see that right now because, no, this is not our battle. Remember... we're wrestling against wicked powers, spiritual powers in high places. This wickedness that is on this nation, you're not going to be able to resolve it, I don't think, with just one conversation. I mean, these conversations do help some folk wake up, but a lot of these folks, they have become vassals of transgression. Yeah. And their works are of iniquity. And then when you do that, you know what ends up happening? You're going to end up lifting up your eyes where? In hell. You are going to lift up your, they say, there's a saying, if you work iniquity, hell will be your portion. Yeah, if you work iniquity, hell will be your portion. And a lot of folks, I'm starting to see them, they're catching hell right now. Oh, what happened to your wife? Oh, she left me, Zeus. Oh, and you know what I do? I go, oh, she left you? Where's she at? No, she's not hanging out with me. She's not hanging out with me. I'm not into that. But they think that, that's because they're jealous. It's the jealousy, and it's eating them up. It's your job. What happened to your job? I was going around reporting a bunch of liberals, and then word around town is somebody reported me as being a liberal, and now I'm out here fighting with my own part. Oh, you didn't think fat meat was crazy. You didn't understand the Night of Long Knives. Right? Because if you know your history about World War II, you know what the Night of Long Knives was about. That's internal sabotage. Yeah. There's no honor amongst thieves. MAGA, you understand this? That's why now, when I talk to Trump voters, and they don't want to come up here, all right, if I ask a Trump voter, put a 1 in the chat, come on up here. Watch. They won't do it. Because they don't support Donald Trump. They really don't. Well, then why are they on TikTok arguing? Just to make money. Just to make money. Yeah, they don't support Donald Trump. They just do this to argue and make money. These people are actors, crisis actors. Now that I think about it, these people are crisis actors. They do not. Donald Trump, listen up, and I'm going to always say this. There are people on TikTok making money off of your name, but they're not sending you any money. You better look at them, all right? And that's a W, Zeus. MAGA Queen, Tiny Tank Top 10, all the same. They'll get up here, host a whole lot, spend 3 hours. Donald Trump. Okay, all right. Now how much did you make? I made $300. MAGA Queen. We made $300. All right, now how much of that is going to Donald Trump? Oh, none of that's going to Donald Trump. I need that to pay my. Okay, sure. All right, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I can see right through these folks. All right, and it's so easy. Oh, okay. Who do we got next? All right. Granny 0804. Good morning. Welcome to the show. Hopefully, this is somebody I've never spoken with. Good morning, Granny. How are you? Granny, are you there? Going once. Going twice. I think Granny accidentally sent me a guest request. All right. MC Waffle. Come on up here. MC Waffle, come on up here. Yeah. It's so easy to get to the bottom of what's happening in the MAGA spaces. All you got to do is just say, hey, how much you send Donald Trump? MC Waffle, going once, going twice. Sold. Let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm going to bring up my brother Q-Dog. Welcome, Q-Dog. Hey, good morning.
So I'll tell you, day in and day out, I think MAGA just gets dumber and dumber by the minute. They just constantly keep repeating the same thing that they said months and months ago. They don't even try to switch it up. Not at all. It's the same phrases over and over again. When are y'all gonna come up with something new, something different? We're waiting.
Yeah.
It's like y'all recorded yourself and y'all just keep playing rewind, play, rewind, play. Let me say this one more time. Rewind, play. Like, do y'all have a brain of your own? Y'all constantly keep saying that, oh, we're winning. Just like yesterday when Snuggles was in the live and going back and forth. It's like you cannot come up with something else to say but the same thing you've been saying for the last 10 months. I'm just curious. When is your brain going to go to the next level?
It's going to develop. Their brains haven't fully developed, perhaps.
They haven't, man. I mean, it's clearly showing that you all have a serious mental block that is not allowing the rest of your body to catch up with what you're saying.
Yeah. Do you think it's as we're talking, do you think this blockage or something comes from some sort of traumatic experience that they may have grown up and experienced? Because it doesn't make sense to me that when you're given new information, you don't learn from it and use it to become better, right? And this is kind of what I'm sensing is an issue. These people, and I hate to say it like that, but in a way, aren't they in crisis mode?
I really well, yeah, that's true. They're definitely in crisis mode at this point in time because they don't know what to do or what to say next.
Mm-hmm.
And I say this repeatedly every time when you're watching television, it's almost like a person that's hypnotized, and they're in a zombie mode.
Yeah.
I am MAGA. I am MAGA. We love Trump. That's how they sound. I swear to God.
Yeah.
And it doesn't change. Like, when are you going to pull yourself out of that? And when you look at something so long,
yeah.
When I talk about watching television, I had to learn this. This is recently, in the last year or so. Even thinking about it, my best friend brought it to my attention. I was like, yeah, you're right. When you're watching something, that's why they call it television. They went from television to TV. Because it's telling you a vision of what you should be thinking. It's programming your mind.
Weak minds, yeah.
And they don't get it. I really truly believe that hypnosis is real. Because they show and prove day in and day out.
So you think that they sitting in, because you go get hypnotized, you got to go meet with the hypnosis, and then you lay in the chair, and then they do the time watch. You think that that's what's happening with them at home with the Fox News?
Watch the MAGA coin. Watch the Trump coin. Trump is going to tell you that we are the greatest today. That's I swear to God, that's what their brains are locked into.
Like this.
They can't think for themselves. And every last one of them, anytime they come up on the panel and you ask them legitimate questions, they can never answer the question. Either they can't answer it, they refuse to answer it, or they veer off to the left or the right and jump on something else.
MAGA Queen. Listen to what Q-Dog is saying.
MAGA Queen is number one. I swear to goodness. MAGA Queen, you need to get out your house because you are locked into those 4-panel wooden walls all day, every day. And you up on Zeus's panel. I've never seen anybody that don't like somebody as much as you, Tiny Tank Top Tim, Gregory, all of them. But y'all here every day.
They got a crush on me.
Help me. It's got to be Matt.
Or you, or Nutty, or Shay. One of the two.
Man, please. I don't even want to fathom the thought of MAGA Queen having a crush on me.
Oh, yeah. She can't give you a hug, bro.
She need no. Put your wooden teeth in your mouth and talk to me from a distance.
Now that wasn't nice, Q-Dog. That was not nice. This woman genuinely loves you.
She's not a nice person. Sometimes you gotta feed that same energy back to them. They can't always be the one, spill.
Well, do you blame her for wanting a little chocolate in her swirl?
Oh, heck no. MAGA Queen, you go dip your finger in some porridge and
I'm going to hell.
Lick on your finger.
Yeah.
Because we
Okay.
know you ain't got no teeth.
Well, I used to be the love guru, and maybe that's what it is. The heart wants what the heart wants.
Man,
Lust is a thing. Lust.
She got somebody there watching after her. Somebody in the background. We heard when she came up that one time.
Okay.
They
No, he might be willing to let something slide on the low. You know what I'm saying? And he got his hands full himself.
Don't nobody want to slide with that. keep that over there in that wheelchair, wherever you sit at. Because we know you can't walk on your own. You sit up there all day, every day, hunched over like hunchback in Notre Dame, just looking at Zeus.
Well, yeah, but
with a mean face.
She can't have big Zeus because, like I said, I'm too much to handle. I'm an overwhelming individual. Okay, but I do have a couple of brothers available that are, Q Dog obviously said he's not, but maybe we can.
And then
get
alter
Nutty.
ego. Let me explain something to you. Alter ego. You can say that all you want. Q fraud. Q this. Q that. Whatever. But we both know when I come into the live, I don't even have to be on the panel. People speak to me. They say good morning to me. They don't talk to you. They don't say nothing to you. You keep being in the chat every day. Nobody speaks to you, say good morning. And you try to act like you a little nice or whatnot every now and then because Zeus is following you. You are a subject of buffoonery. Every kingdom has its jester. And you one of them.
Oh, come on now. Alter ego is he's conflicted in a way, but I do believe he means well. He means well.
I still believe it's a bot. Real talk, Zeus, because he's never came up on the panel to prove that he was a real person.
I've exchanged messages with him. I mean, if it's a bot, that's one heck of a bot. All right, but I don't know where his angle is though, because sometimes I do get confused and I say I'm worried about alter ego. Because I don't know what side he's on, and but you have a different angle, so I'll give it to you.
Yeah, he's either a bot or a child, one of the two, and I'm really closely thinking on the verge of being a child. He ain't even old enough to be on the panel.
Lord have mercy.
So,
what the heck is going on?
One thing that I want to request, bro, for my homie, God rest his soul, that we have that as the new going out song.
California Love?
Yes, Lord.
Did you enjoy that?
Man, I was over here. You already know.
You saw me hanging out the BMW out of the window, huh? Throwing up the W, stuff like that.
That right there. That was my number one hit, boy. When I tell you, I told him when he was like, I said, boy, you did that. You did that.
Yeah. So are we saying we need to play California Love on the way out, audience? Yes,
we need to play that. Everyone in the chat, for the ones who agree that the California Love, put W Cali in the chat if you want this as a going out song.
Well,
they said yes, bro. They said the kingdom is saying yes, bro.
Hear ye. Until further stated, it will be as you've requested. WQ.
We gonna still stay on these MAGAs.
Yeah.
Until the end of time, as Park say.
Yeah. Thank you.
We ain't going nowhere.
All right. WQ dog, ladies and gentlemen. No lies detected. Y'all really like that California Love. All righty then. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's my brother Q Dog. Let's go. All right. Okay. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen. We have an interesting visitor. I don't know why she requested, and maybe y'all beat her up in the comments section.
I have a husband, unlike you don't have a wife and live in mommy's basement. Are you jealous?
No.
Are you jealous that I'm married and you're not?
No,
and
ma'am.
You live in mommy's basement, Zeus?
No,
oh,
ma'am.
Yeah, you just sounded it. Put your feet down. You sounded jealous.
No, ma'am.
That I have a husband and you don't have a wife.
Do I? No,
yeah,
ma'am.
You do.
Believe my lips. I'm saying no, ma'am.
Yeah, because you live in mommy's basement and all you can live on is the gifts you get. At least I'm not out here begging for gifts like you to Keisha and all your cult minions begging for gifts.
MAGA Queen.
Oh, what little Zeus cult lies.
Can we talk?
Go ahead, talk.
Okay. I get it. You're in pain. All right?
Oh, I'm not in pain. I'm far from it.
Well,
I love what President Trump is doing. I love him. I love him with every bone in my body. And I admit that I am proud of being a Trump supporter.
Okay.
At least I'm not a poopy pants supporter, a dementia patient supporter like you were. A dementia patient named Joe Biden who used Captain Auto
Ma'am.
his whole presidency.
MAGA Queen, can I at least engage you, or are you just going to continue? You're going to sit up here.
What do you got to say about Captain Autopen?
I'm listening to you.
Is it all you got to say about Captain Autopen?
Ma'am, you've said so much. And
I said so truth.
No,
all truth.
You're saying stuff, and I want to talk to the man of the house. Can I talk to the man of the house?
Am I saying lies?
No. Can I just talk to the man of the house? You said you were happily married. How do we prove it? Then let's prove it.
No.
Well, if he was happy, he would say, "I'm here, Zeus." He would say, "I'm here, Zeus." Huh?
Ask Tiny Tank Top Tim. He's heard it.
So is Tiny Tank Top Tim your husband?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm not. Then how would he? Why would you ask me to ask another man? Huh? Why would I ask another man if this woman is married? I should be able to ask the woman's husband.
Because he's heard me talking to him.
Okay. Can I hear you talking to him? Can we hear you?
No. Why would I want him to talk to a loser like you?
Because you're talking to a loser like me.
Yeah, unfortunately. Because I wanted to set some things straight.
Okay, well, what is it?
At least I have a husband.
No, you don't. And I'm going to say you don't.
Oh, okay. You didn't hear the last time I was
Let me hold on. Let me ask the audience. How many of you, yes or no, does MAGA Queen have a husband? Yes or no? Let's see what the audience says, because this is,
Say something, Paul, so these fucking idiots don't think I'm not married.
Why are you getting me involved?
Oh, there you are.
Okay, hey.
There you
Mr. MAGA Queen, are you there?
I don't lie.
Okay,
so you want to talk to a loser like you.
So you
I don't get into politics.
He doesn't talk to losers like you.
Okay, all right, fair enough. I'll give you that one, MAGA Queen. I guess.
Oh, and see? You called me a fucking liar.
I stand
You're
corrected.
the one that lied.
Can we ask him a few questions then?
No, he doesn't want to talk to.
Well,
obviously you didn't hear his
No,
answer. He doesn't talk to losers like you.
But here's the thing, MAGA Queen. All right, and I'm glad that you did that. But I'm genuinely concerned when you said you love Donald Trump. And I said, well,
I do love him as my president. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. Donald Trump is my president.
But see, you didn't put your husband next after Jesus Christ. That's where I was concerned. You see what I'm saying? Because you shouldn't have that much love for a person you never ever met.
He knows how much I care for Donald Trump.
But why? You've never met him.
Why?
You've never met Donald Trump.
For this country, unlike Obama, unlike Biden, unlike Hillary, Billy Boy, unlike
No, but
shifty shift.
But your husband, hold on. Your husband,
Big Mike.
Look at that! I gotta remove you. You got flagged. MAGA Queen. What did Q Dog do to get you that worked up? Q Dog, that's why I say you created something with MAGA Queen, bro. And I'd hate to put that on you, Q Dog. But you woke her up. She sent a request. I got to get in the box and defend myself. You and Takesha, I don't know what y'all did, but MAGA Queen, here's something. And I genuinely do mean this. You can't put man before God, right? And what you're doing is just that. You're professing to love a man you've never ever met. Ever in your life. You don't know if Donald Trump is real, but you know your husband's real. You know you've met me, I'm real, but you put Donald Trump above all and even above God, and I just can't have that. So what we're gonna do is send you where you came from, all right, and that's straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
MAGA Queen, newsflash, you weren't even arguing with me. You were arguing with yourself. I've never seen anybody do that. It was so hard, ladies and gentlemen. It really was so hard to put up and endure. But you know what? I did, and I think I handled that in the most professional and respectful way I could. Hello, Val. How are you?
I mean, man, there's a lot of tobacco companies in great form there. They're making their money right there. That's
yeah. It's alarming. It's really alarming, huh? When you see these folks coming up here, and I'm sitting here trying to just be as respectful as possible because I've tried to respect people, and I'm just catching all this hate.
Well, I was coming up here about some hate I heard recently.
Oh,
and we all know who Nick Fuentes is, right?
Correct.
Okay, I don't know if you talked about this today or not, but
I haven't.
You haven't?
No.
I mean, I want to know what Plaga. I want to know what
Plaga. Oh, I remember that video.
I want to know what Plaga thinks about Nick Fuentes saying it's time to kick out all the Uncle Toms.
Do you have the audio on you, perhaps? If you don't,
no, I do not. But I probably can find it.
Oh, because I wanted to make sure Gregory heard this, and if Dame is here, brother Dame, I want you to hear this, because and I don't got any. We don't got any positions open on our side right now for you brothers that have sold out like that, but you should hear it. All right.
Yeah, he was talking about Candace Owens. Let me see if I can find the audio.
Yeah, and sorry, this is for entertainment purposes only. All right, but if you go through my rehabilitation program, Gregory and Dame and others out there, then I perhaps could find something to keep you busy. All right, but you got to get out of the situation that you found yourselves in. All right, and Takesha says play it louder. Oh yeah, we're gonna do it if you can find it. All right, seriously.
Hold on, let me find out. Let me see if I can get it.
Let's see. Let me see if I can find it too. I'll look too. How about that? Two of us.
I just said I'm going to mute real quick to make sure this is.
Let's see, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, let's see, ladies and gentlemen. All right. And what we're doing. Let's see. All right.
Got it.
You are a diversity hire.
That part? Are you there?
That's it. Where he goes in and he goes through the whole thing. Yeah, you got it.
Let me see.
You are a diversity hire. You are a DEI hire. You pander. And she thinks she's some kind of boss bitch. Yeah, you're a bitch, but you didn't get that way because you're a super smart boss. You got that way because you're super bitchy black token. It is what it is. So I don't know that anyone's ever told her that, but that's the obvious. And I'm kind of done with all the Uncle Toms. In a way, I'm done with all the Uncle Toms. I'm done with Jason Whitlock. I'm done with Candace Owens. I'm done with all the Uncle Tom token blacks. You're not that smart. You're not even that conservative. You built your career on a grift that is now dead. You were hired when diversity quotas were a thing. You were hired when white guilt is a thing. I don't feel white guilt. I never have. DEI is over. So now you're done. You need to be fired. You're done.
That was it?
That
you
was
are
it.
a diversity hire.
Uh-oh.
You are a DEI hire.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that where it's at.
That was it. I mean, I really want to know what Blaga thinks about this. I mean, this is the guy. This is the guy. So so y'all want to, y'all want to back CK all the time. I want y'all to understand. This is the guy trying to take over Turning Point USA. Okay, so this is the guy. This is the guy that. This is the message that you all want to follow. Well, I think we've told y'all many, many, many times. They really don't care.
I would have a hard time putting up going live if I was a person of color and I was black and I was actually voting for Donald Trump, and I would have a hard time getting on TikTok and trying to defend this. I ain't no way you could convince me it's okay to slap me in my face like that. No way.
Right.
I couldn't do it.
I mean, when I heard this, I fell over, know, and this, you know what I'm saying? And, that's one of the reasons I wanted to come up. She had somebody talking about this yesterday and how, he respects black people and everything like that. There is zero respect from this party when it comes to black people. This is how they feel on when they're not talking to you face to face. This is what they say. And Nick Fuentes said it all out loud.
Yeah. You got to respect him saying it straight up that way. He did it in under a minute. I hit play. The clip is only 56 seconds, and in under a minute, he basically tore y'all a new one. All right, how wild does that look, Val? You go up and you put it up there in your background. The Democrats are the problem, and you black. And then who you support? I support Donald Trump. You support them even though they slapping you around like that? Oh, okay.
No,
that don't make any sense.
Another fun thing from yesterday, and I'm sure that came up a little bit today, was political violence. And I suggest everybody go look this up. Cato Institute did a up to date. When I say up to date, it includes CK. Okay, on political violence in this country and where it comes from and what parties created in the whole thing. They've ran this all the way back to 1975.
Right.
They've included 9/11 and excluded 9/11. Included and excluded the OKC, the OKC thing.
Yeah.
And guys, it's staggering. It's staggering. I mean, without 9/11, 65% of all political violence comes from the right.
Wow.
65%.
Wow.
Now the groups involved in this are like, this has Islamic, everything involved in it. It has all the groups involved. And left wing politics accounts for 10%.
Get out of here.
I mean, that's an actual thing.
10%?
10%.
Wow. See, this is why I appreciate W-Val. This is why I like it when you bring the information and help us out with this, because I never go off of the first narrative when people start saying this is what happened, because I shared that story with all of you. I got it wrong. Oh my. What website is this? Because they say
Cato Institute.
Okay.
And this is up to date. I mean, when I say up to date, can you see that right there?
Yep. 2025, including Kirk. Yeah.
Okay. Up to date. Foreign nationalism, 1%. Is Islam, 23%. Left, 10%. Right, 63%.
Wow.
Spartanism, 1%. And unknown others, 1%.
Wow.
And this is 391 unalivings by the right.
Wow.
Compared to 65 by the left.
So Badger, I was in the live with you with Missy yesterday, and you were saying that we don't bring evidence. Here's your evidence, Badger. Val brought the evidence. What do you have to say? If a person sees this evidence, Val.
Let's know what this was. It's politically motivated violence.
Okay, good. So if a person has this data, Val, and then they look at the data, and the teacher says, which party is responsible for the most political violence out of the ones available on that graph, and they checked the left, would they get that answer? Would that help them pass the test, or would they fail the test?
They would fail the test.
And the correct answer would be
the right.
The right. So you would have to certify that it is the right that is responsible for the most political violence in the United States. if you wanted to pass that class.
Yeah, and this, like it goes through all these big spikes right here, and this is from 2010 up to 2025.
Okay.
Of course, the big spike right here is the OKC.
Okay. Oh.
Okay.
And the OKC thing, is that tied to the right too, or is that the radical left?
It's tied to I think they actually tied this to Islamic and right.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? But this right here is what's gone on.
Yeah.
During, you know what I'm saying, during the Trump, Obama and Biden.
And I could see this is a reaction to Obama being elected, huh? It looks like that's what's going on.
Actually, no, this is 2016.
Okay.
That's I think they called that hold on, they wrote it
But
down.
Obama got in 08, right? Or 09?
Yeah.
So I'm looking at that.
City. Oh, the Pulse nightclub.
Oh, okay, that was under Obama. So it looks like after Obama got in, things started to warm up. Right?
Yes, things started to warm up, and then, you know what I'm saying, it goes down, comes back up. We get all these in 2020, and then we have all these through here, and then here it's starting back up again under the Trump administration.
Wow. Yeah, and so the FBI was right under Director Christopher Wray that this is probably the biggest threat to the democracy right now.
I mean, this number right here tells it entirely. 63%.
Yeah. American Ninja, I see you out there, and I'm glad that you're here listening to the show, even though you don't agree with me. But I'm curious how you're processing this data. All right, this is facts. All right, thank you. All right, let's go, W Val. I didn't know you could shrink me like that, bro. That's awesome.
Yeah, I can pull myself off.
Nice. W Val got all kinds of powers. There you go.
No, that ain't power. Anybody has that power. If they're in the big screen, they can pull themselves down.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. See, that's amazing. It's amazing. There you go. Well, listen, Val, we're around that time, but I got to say thank you so much.
No problem, buddy. I just wanted to share those two things with you.
All right.
Because I really want people like Dane to answer what Nick Fuentes said.
You cooked and booked very well. And I know Dame, if he's not here, word's going to get to him. And I'm curious as to what he'll say, too, in the most respectful way. All right, because you can argue.
Right, I'm not mad at Dane. I really want to know what he has to say about those comments.
Yeah, me too. Because enough is enough. You can sit there and say it's Zeus all you want and it's Val all you want, but those numbers, they're pretty alarming, to be quite honest.
All righty.
All right, W Val, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. All right. And I got to do this, ladies and gentlemen. We have Brother Swerve in here. He probably thought I forgot, but I didn't. Swerve, your birthday was yesterday. Am I correct?
Yeah.
There you go. I knew it. I knew it. I'm sorry I didn't get to do it, but we've been rocking and rolling, bro, for like years. It's like I really feel like I know you from like the back of my hand. And we're gonna sing "Happy Birthday" to you. But is there something you would like to get off your chest first?
Yes, if I may. And I'm always happy to be in the kingdom. I ain't ready to call it quits because I just had a big old bowl of buttery grits, and we've been on the loose with the truth for rocking together Zeus for what, 3.5 years now, something like that.
Absolutely.
And we just keep doing the thing, And I'm sitting here and I'm watching some of these silly comments go by. First of all, to MAGA Queen, I mean, I know it's Halloween, but can we go check the boiling cauldron out in the backyard for the frogs and snails and puppy dog tails? I mean, I don't know what that was, but it is what it is. And
Q Dog brought it out of her. That's what I said, because she wasn't talking like that. But when he did what he did, I gotta get in there and talk to him.
Brother Q laid it down, didn't he? He laid it down and she picked it up. Let's be real now. Let's keep it real.
Facts.
So, but I'm watching some of these comments go through as you're going through your opening monologue and dialogue.
Yeah.
And talking about what you're talking about and things like that. And I'm just watching the willful ignorance go through the comments. You got CD down there, who I affectionately named Cucked Dummy, who is down there. That's a lie. This is a lie. You don't know what you're talking about. Yet he can't prove anything. Tiny tank top, 2-testicle Tom Turkey Tim, tiny testicles. He can't ever prove nothing. But Zeus, why do you say this? DJ, What kind of parchment paper was that written on, Zeus? You
Yeah.
got to give me a chance. They've never heard the things that Donald Trump has said. They've never heard the things that Charlie Kirk has said.
Yeah.
They've never heard any of the hateful speech they've said. And when they do hear it, they just completely ignore it and overlook it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a willful ignorance to me. When someone like Charlie Kirk tells a 10-year-old black boy that the Civil Rights Act of 1964 was the biggest mistake, or was a big mistake, or when he says he would question the credentials of a black pilot. Well, there's DJ. No, well, no. What context was that in? What context do you need? What context do you actually need for something like that? You know, and that's what cracks me up about them. And
or the Charlottesville, remember that?
Yeah. Well, listen to the context. You cannot say people walking down the street carrying tiki torches, yelling racial slants are very fine people.
Right.
Hear what he said after that. Or he goes, well, when did he say that? I don't care if he said it 20 years ago. I don't care if he said it 20 minutes ago. Still said it. Y'all always want this. Y'all always want to bring in this minutia of nuance to try to fit your narrative. And I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, it does not fly with me. It does not work.
It doesn't. Not me either. Because I got one of these up here. One of those. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm the same, brother. And mine has ridges all throughout it.
Thank you.
Okay, there's a smooth as glass.
Yeah, and that means there's a problem if it's that smooth, because that means they're not learning anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, I've said on the record several times, Charlie Kirk didn't deserve what he got. That's a fact.
Correct.
Nobody does.
No.
We don't need that kind of political violence and that kind of political discourse in this country in any way, shape, or form. However, what I have also said is America's chickens have come home to roost. So when you put evil out into the world, sooner or later it may just come back to bite you in the behind. That's called karma. And karma walks barefoot by your side every single day. And it may not happen. It may not happen today, Zeus. It may not happen next week. It could be 10 years from now. But sooner or later, karma's going to jump out from behind a bush, wrap her arms around you and be like, gotcha.
That's why I try to be measured, sort of, because I've had my own share of experience, and I'm going, ooh, yeah. Sometimes it's so tempting to want to get even, but you know, you just go, you know what? Leave that to the Lord. Let the Lord deal with that, because I got other things to deal with. Yeah,
brother, I promise you, I am not going to my grave with that kind of hate in my heart.
Me either. I don't want it.
Just ain't doing it.
I don't like it. I don't want to. I'll get out here and I'll speak my piece. Either you get it or you don't, and if you don't get it, then you know what, it is what it is.
Yes, sir.
But you'll figure it out if you're not. If, you know, a hard head makes for a soft. You know what?
Yeah, exactly. And you know, I just looked at it. I have to look at my life in a much different perspective than I used to.
Yeah.
My life expectancy has been. I might have 5 years left on my life expectancy. The way this disease is ravishing my body.
So sorry.
So. You know, at the end of that 5 years, if I'm still shuffling around on this mortal coil,
yeah,
I want to still be able to say, I never quit. I stayed in the fight with my brothers and sisters out here, fighting for the equality, fighting for the rights of every man, woman, and child in this world, every man, woman, and child in this country, including those of the LGBTQI plus community. And I never gave up on them, and hopefully they never gave up on me. And at the end of the day, that includes MAGA. Because I'm fighting people like MAGA Queen. Yeah, I'm out here speaking up for her health care.
Yeah.
Which she sounds as if she desperately needs. So
no hate, all love.
Absolutely.
We know these people need this help. But it's really bizarre. You're trying to rescue someone out of a burning house and they're fighting you. Leave me in here. Leave me in here. And you're like, you got to come. And we're going to grab you whether you don't. Because we got a job to do. And you're going to come out. And we'll deal with the aftermath of that. But you got to get out of the house right now.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. We got to go. We got to roll.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, we got to celebrate your birthday.
All right, my friend.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a birthday in the kingdom. All right.
Can I say one thing real quick?
You sure can.
A lot of people took the time to make my birthday very special yesterday, and I have not celebrated my birthday in probably the past 20 years. Because it was always just another day.
Right.
But I want to give a shout out to a very good friend of mine named Laura, who I have been. Laura and I have been talking with each other for probably the past 4 or 5 months.
Oh.
We speak constantly. We have a great relationship. And I know some of the people in the chat know who that is.
Laura. W. Laura.
She made it a great birthday for me. And then everyone else who chipped in and sent me some things. My co-host, Twilight Goddess, she actually sent me 2 bacon wrapped filet mignons and a birthday cake last night.
How the heck did you get that?
Just as my caregiver was leaving, the Instacart person was walking up the driveway with it, and so yeah, it was a great birthday yesterday. I got to admit, and I'm so incredibly thankful. And if somebody could clip this, and post it up somewhere or tag me.
It's gonna get. I upload every video onto my YouTube channel, so we're gonna.
Oh, right on. Okay, cool.
So it'll be there. But yeah, if they want to send it to you, because the comments are in it when they screen record it or whatever, they can do that too. All right.
Cool. Let's do it.
W. Laura, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get ready and celebrate Swervin's birthday. I think he said he's turning 25.
I am 25 for the 15th time.
Hey! Turn up. Ooh.
Thank you all so very much.
Hey! Hey! Woo! Woo! Turn up! Turn up! Let's go! Happy birthday, Swervin! Thank you for all you do, brother. Seriously. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, look at all the love. Look at him. He's smiling, styling. High side, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, give me some of that filet mignon bacon wrap, because you know I need that.
I cooked both of them last night. You hear what I'm saying?
Yes. Hey, 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 hey. Y'all show service some love. They say we spread hate. We don't spread hate. We spread love.
Hopefully that looks like a heart in some way.
Hey, let's go. Happy birthday.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that. You're going to make me cry. They're going to make us cry together. Wow. Y'all love, man, Swerve, you get so much love. I didn't know you were loved this much on TikTok. These people genuinely love you, brother. Seriously. Thank you, all of you.
I didn't either. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you all so much.
And you do so much for all of us. You help in ways people don't understand. You do it on the under. And that's to me a sign of humility, honestly, brother. Thank you.
Y'all are somewhat of a success story.
All right, go ahead and share with us, brother. All right, thank you.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop. Thank you all so much. I can't tell you how much that means to me. It really does. I mean, that just warms me up right here.
Yeah,
it really does. So a few months ago, when I was looking for a roommate, I came across a transgender male that was 17 years old. I can't have a minor living in my house. But I pointed that individual in the direction of the Kaleidoscope home here in Columbus, Ohio. And they specialize in taking care of transgendered youth.
Yeah.
And so, excuse me, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
This youthful person, they came out to their parents and they were kicked out of their house. I pointed them to the Kaleidoscope. They found... he found what he can only describe as his forever home. 2 parents, female, lesbians, and they made sure he got to school every morning, picked him up in the daytime, make sure he had money for lunch, make sure they packed him a lunch.
Yeah.
Well, when he graduated high school in early June, he decided he was going to go off to the Navy. And this is where real courage comes in, people. Listen to me closely. In order for him to join the Navy, because of this administration, he had to hide who he actually was. So he went into the Navy as a female. Okay?
Yeah.
Because that's what he was born as.
Yeah.
That individual has graduated boot camp.
Wow.
Be coming to visit me on Saturday afternoon.
Okay.
To thank me. They are of age now, so no, there won't be a minor in my home. There'll be an 18-year-old adult. But that is a success story that is born out of courage.
Yeah.
Fear will create the courage we need to move forward and not let things get in our way.
Amen. Amen.
Once he goes back to the Navy, he will resort back to his natural form, I guess you could say, and finish out the contract, get out, and complete his transition. And I'm looking forward to finally meeting him in person.
All right.
I wish that was the kind of courage that we could all exhibit. Okay? Yeah. So, having said that, again, thank you so much to the kingdom. I appreciate you guys and girls so very much.
Yeah.
My heart goes out to you all. Yesterday, we talked about fascism on my live. Today, we'll be talking about communism and how these two things cannot exist in the same circle. And so I appreciate you having me up today, Zeus. It was great.
All right, brother. Appreciate you.
As I always say, ladies and gentlemen, you all be well, you all be safe, and doggone it, have fun while you do it.
All right, W Swerve. Thank you. All right, thank you, brother.
You, Zeus.
You're welcome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Big Zeus has to get up out of here. Thank you to all of you. Once again, I'm well past my scheduled time slot. Sheesh. I got to do better, and we're going to do better. Thank you all. This has been one of the most incredible shows, entertaining, engaging, and definitely educational. You all deserve a round of applause. But I also got to give a special thank you to my subscribers, my gifters, my moderators, and my panelists, because like I said, without you, this show wouldn't be possible. But I also got to give one last round of booze and shame, and this goes out to all the Zeus haters out there. I got flagged. I got reported today a total of 5 times, ladies and gentlemen. These folks, I don't get what the hate's all about. I mean, you come in, I welcome you, even though we don't agree. I say, come on in here, get some of this kibble. Well, not for all the people who we eat steak and lobster, but they get kibble, and it's free for them, right? Okay, but then they say WZ. They turn around and they report me. If you're a Zeus hater, just stay away, all right? We don't need you, all right? But in the meantime and in between time, do me a huge favor and go straight to hell. All right. I got to get out of here.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right, and on that note, we are out of here. Take care, ladies and gentlemen, and stay safe. Hold on, we got to start it out the right way. Okay. Yeah, we're out of here. Hey! Have a great one. WR. Yeah, turn up. Have a great one, ladies and gentlemen. What a show. It's the city. California, it don't work like that, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it rocking.
Now let me welcome everybody to the Wild Wild West, a state that's untouchable like Elliot Ness. The track is your eardrum like a slug to your chest. Pack a vest for your Jimmy and the sex. We in that sunshine state where the bomb ass envy. The state where you never find a dance floor empty and pimp speed. On a mission for them greens. Live me, money making machines serving fiends. I've been in the game for 10 years making rap tunes. Ever since Honeys was wearing Sassoon. Now it's 95 and they pop me and watch me diamond shining, looking like a Rob Liberace. It's all good from Diego to the Bay.
Tupac get off. Get your rags out. Where my thugs at? Art. Oh. Hey. Fresh out of jail, California dreaming. As soon as I step on the scene, I'm hearing hoochie screaming. Praying for money and alcohol, the life of a West Side player with cows die. Strong ball. Only in Cali you be quiet, not ready to live and die. And then everywhere, just not valleys. Woo! They look and khaki suits and ride is what we do. Let's go. What half culture we can lie with other groups friends because we programs. Worldwide, let them recognize so long, be some rose brands. Pumping and grinding like a slow jam. It's West Side, so you know the road will bow down to no man. Say what you say, but give me that bomb beat from Dre. Let me serenade the streets of LA. From Oakland to Sacktown, the Bay Area and back down. Cali is where they put their Mac down. Show me love. Thank you. Talking about California. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta get up out of here. We'll do it again some other time. Take care.